The three-step blueprint, POA, or plan of action. So this is a plan of action or a three-step blueprint that we get into place for you that will give you a step-by-step process that you can put into practice and use to prepare, to practice for, and to deliver any presentation, any piece of communication, a pitch, speaking up at a meeting, doing a town hall, whatever the situation is. So this three-step blueprint is really a process that you can use over and over again, reliably, to get the results you want. So step one. Step one is creating your words. So this is about you creating your message, knowing who you're talking to, hooking them in at the beginning, and then also getting pops of color in there to make your information stick for the audience. How are you going to make it memorable? How are you going to keep them listening? How are you going to make that more than data and information and make it information and data that comes alive for the audience, that sticks to the audience, that they remember? So that's step number one. And you've got to craft out your story. You've got to storyboard that out, which not only is going to make it easier for you to remember, but it's also going to make it easier for the audience to follow. So that's step number one. Step number two, physically own your words. So that means physically speaking your words out loud, getting on your feet if that's how you're going to be delivering your message. Or if you're going to be sitting down, doing it online, then sit down and practice it online, do a mock session. So the important part of step two is to physically start to speak your words out loud so that you physically start to own them. Because if you own your words, then it's going to make it much easier for the audience to follow. If you own it, they get to own it too. If you are physically connected with your words, then your audience can be physically connected with your words too. So this is an important step because you've got to get used to hearing those words out loud. Because what you don't want is for it all to look great on paper, and then you go into that communication situation and your body is hearing and feeling it for the first time out loud. No, you don't want that. So practice those words out loud. Because when you speak your words, they will change. What you have written down, it may not sound the same when it comes out of your mouth. You may have to edit it, and most of the time you will. So step two, physically own your words, physically start speaking them out loud so you can own that story, own your words, and own your messages. All right, step three. This is tweak and polish. This is getting targeted feedback. This is where you edit, where you cut, where you change, where your vocal delivery starts to get polished. It's all in the detail. Tweak and polish, tweak and polish, tweak and polish. That is step three. And a lot of the time, you're going to need to cut stuff because it depends how long you have. Is it 5 minutes? Is it 15 minutes? Is it 1 hour? So depending on how much time you have, step three is really good for timing yourself. How much time do you have to do this? And by the way, if you have 20 minutes, practice for 15 because you'll probably talk for 20. So always time yourself and practice for less time than you actually have. Because trust me, your audience will probably thank you for finishing early. You don't get bonus points for using all the time that you have. Remember, be brief, be brilliant, be gone. So step three is all about tweak and polish. Edit, 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 cut, cut, cut. Work on that vocal delivery. Tweak and polish, tweak and polish, tweak and polish. So that's my three-step blueprint POA or plan of action that you can use to prepare, to create, to polish any piece of communication that you have. Maybe it's a video that you're creating for TikTok or Instagram. Maybe you're doing a masterclass on LinkedIn. Maybe you are speaking at an upcoming meeting. Maybe it's a stakeholder meeting. Maybe it's a high-stakes client meeting. Maybe it's your team. Whatever the situation is, you can use that three-step blueprint to prepare and practice for any communication situation. and get the results you want.